Quist and Al McGuire are courtside. We'll be here throughout the day to keep you updated on all the action. The madness continues. Enjoy the games, everyone, here on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Cadillac Escalade, Bud Light, 10-10-220, and by Conseco.
Our Sunday road to the Final Four makes its first stop this afternoon in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Charlotte Coliseum second round game featuring the 9th-seeded Tulsa Golden Hurricane out of the WAC Mountain Division against the top-ranked Duke Blue Devils, who come into this game with a 33-1 record and a 28-game winning streak. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with the coach, Al McGuire. We welcome you to Charlotte. Obviously, Duke a big favorite in this game. How does Tulsa make it competitive?
Well, what Tulsa has to do, they have to stop Duke in transition. Let them have a very few runouts. Second, they must stop Brand down low from scoring early, which puts pressure on the outside shooters of Duke. Those are the two key things I would say. Also, don't allow them to have second and third shots off the glass.
Other than that, it's quite easy. Bill Self is the head coach at Tulsa. He is in his second season, graduate of Oklahoma State, and his lineup today will feature Michael Ruffin, Eric Coley, Brandon Kurtz, Marcus Hill, and Tony Hurd at point guard. Mike Krzyzewski, undefeated in East Regional play. The team is 21-0 under Mike in the East Region. His lineup today: Chris Carrawell, Shane Battier, Elton Brand, William Avery, and the big news is that Trajan Langdon is back in the lineup, still favoring an injured left foot. He missed the last 3 games, but he's going to give it a go this afternoon. 3-time first-team All-ACC player. The referees today: Jim Burr, Kerry Sitton, and Tony Green. Second meeting ever between these two. And Eric Coley controls the tip for Tulsa. Into the hands of the point guard, Tony Hurd. He's picked up immediately by William Avery. Look inside. Now they come back outside to Michael Ruffin. Elton Brand defenses him. And Battier is on Brandon Kurtz underneath. Rejected by Battier.
Battier came from the strong side of the court that time and doubled down on Ruffin. Ruffin is not a big scorer. He only averages about 10 points a game. For Tulsa to win, he has to get something about 16 points in this game. Michael
Ruffin did have his 16th double-double in that win over Charleston here late Friday night. Kick it outside. Here's Marcus Hill, first shot. And Trajan Langdon comes down with the rebound. Langdon had a streak of 121 consecutive starts, disrupted when he suffered the foot injury. His first shot, no. And the rebound into the hands of Carrawell, too strong. Brand, good position, up and in.
Just the thing I said they can't allow is allow E to get off early. You give him that inside position and he gets the ball, he's unstoppable.
Now Avery picks up Tony Hurd and the count begins. Hurd, number 23, Eric Coley, who is not a scorer, and back outside to Ruffin, who drives. There's Battier, and Battier takes the charge, something in which he excels.
He's famous for it. All of a sudden, Ruffin commits to the air, out of control a little. Battier gets set, and what he's famous for is taking it in the paint.
That is the 32nd charge taken by Battier this year. That complements 29 a year ago. Many think he is the best defender in college basketball. And the first foul of the game is going to be called on Brandon Kurtz, number 13.
Brandon Kurtz will definitely foul out of this ball game somewhere in the second half. Put it down. Pencil that in.
No, I'm going to use pen. I'll ink that one. Air ball. Coley, nice job. But Brand chases down the loose ball. And here's Battier off the feed. Got it. 4-0 lead. Battier from Brand. Now Tony Hurd, junior college transfer. Michael Ruffin, who is in his fourth year, beg pardon. And Kurtz underneath. Nope. Foul on Battier.
Kurtz is a junior college transfer. He's good around the basket. He pulls out now and then, but no further than the foul line extended.
Played 2 years at Bakersfield, JC, Bakersfield College. That's his hometown. And in the first round game against Charleston, 11 points, 7 rebounds. If you weren't with us last Friday night or did not hear about that game, Tulsa with a 26-point lead. Midway through the second half, it was reduced to 2 as College of Charleston came back to make it 53-51. But the Golden Hurricane hung on, extended, got some good free throws down the stretch and won at 62-53.
Both teams playing man-to-man. They double teaming Avery every time he touches the ball. There it is again.
Hurd's got him. They look inside. Ruffin is fronting Brand. The drive, too strong. Rebound on the floor. Brand has it. Kicks it back. Langdon. This is too strong. Over and back. First Duke turnover.
It seems to me that Duke is a little sloppy so far. Also, I feel they're trying to punch the ball into Brand too much. Brand has to kick the ball back out every now and then when he gets it down low. Ruffin's body seems to be equalizing Brand's body early in the game.
Michael Ruffin. Brand comes out to work on him. They pull Brand away from the basket. Underneath, another turnover. That's 2 turnovers now. And William Avery comes left side to Chris Carrawell. Coley has him. They go inside to Brand. Boy, he's strong.
He's strong if you get him down low. You've got to stop Brand from scoring early if you're going to beat Duke. Because once he scores early, you start dishing down, and the pressure then is not on the outside shooters.
Here's Michael Ruffin. Long shot. Hurd in and out. Carrawell rebound for Duke. They're up 6-2. Loose ball taken away by Coley. Here's Hurd. Marcus Hill for 3. Langdon got into a collision when he grabbed the rebound.
They're playing simple man-to-man on Brand. That won't work.
Second foul, first foul on Michael Hurd. Let's go back and take a look at Elton Brand.
Here's the E-man. Once he gets proper position right there, you can't cover him man-to-man. You got to send somebody from the weak side. He's just too much height, strength, and he's a space eater.
Brand has 4 points and 3 rebounds already in this one. McGetty and Burgess come off the Duke bench into the front of the floor. Here's Corey McGetty.
Oh, what a nice fake he gave then.
William Avery for 3.
Hurd, relax. You can't let William have that shot from outside. Tulsa needs to score this time down in a big way. They haven't got a basket yet. All they have is 2 foul shots.
Inside Coley, they still don't have a basket. Kurtz grabs the offensive board. It's on the floor. Marcus Hill for 3. Finally. Marcus Hill, the sophomore from Tulsa's Booker T. Washington High School.
Listen up to this. One thing that Duke wants to do is make it a 2-point game, not a 3-point shooting game. So they don't want to give Tulsa a 3-point shot.
Coley grabs the rebound on the Duke miss.
Get the ball into Hurd's hands. Solid defense by Will here.
Here's Kurtz. Burgess puts a body on him. Back to Ruffin. And the penetration, little jump stop. Coley. Eric Coley.
What Duke got to realize that there's great tradition also at Tulsa. Tulsa is a springboard for coaches from Nolan Richardson to Tubby Smith to Robinson and Bennett, and the beat goes on.
5th time for the Golden Hurricane in the NCAA tournament in the last 6 years. Here's Hurd, picked up by Avery. Tony Hurd Avery. Now Kurtz. That's junior college transfer to junior college transfer.
Nice move that time.
You liked it.
Held the ball for a while, then released his dribble. I thought he was going to take a baby hook. Didn't put it up good, but he got himself free. So he takes a little walk to the charity line.
Brandon Kurtz, 6'10", 255 in his first year.
He made the all-WAC second team this year. Makes this one. We got a tie if he can make this shot.
Nate James comes on, and Battier back on the floor for Duke. Marcus Hill gets a rest, and Greg Harrington is on the floor for Tulsa.
With 8-10 minutes left for the second half, that's where the difference in strength is going to show, I believe, with Duke.
Miss on the second. Corey Maggette with a rebound. And here's William Avery, guarded by Hurd. A 6-0 Tulsa run right now. And the Duke lead is 1. Battier. Little jump stop. Corey Maggette.
Byrne down the line. Maggette's only a freshman, but down the line is a possibility that he could be the greatest ever out of Duke if he stays the 4 years.
Round 2 now, of course, and thus far the ACC 3-1, the WAC 3-1. Gonzaga with the big win over Stanford. Weber State almost got there, and I know you were impressed with Dr. Tom Davis's Iowa win.
Well, impressed with the win, but the surprising thing, here's a man that's been great through his whole career, and for some reason or other, he's not coming back to Iowa, and he crashed the Sweet 16 party. So I think it makes it very difficult for that athletic department what's going on.
Well, there's been a lot of speculation about his successor, and one of the names most prominently mentioned is Steve Alford. And talk about a Cinderella team, Southwest Missouri State with Steve Alford as the coach. Got into the second round, and we will see them against Tennessee here in the second game.
That put Tulsa right back in the ball game a little bit with that 3 points, the last score by Hill.
That was Marcus Hill who cammed the 3. And Avery who counters at the other end with 2. 24-11, nearing the midway point. Here's Zach Bennett, guarded by Elton Brand.
Zach Bennett is not a scorer, he's just a banger. Might get some putbacks.
Battier guarding Michael Ruffin now. And Brand has switched on to Bennett. And Bennett loses control. Here comes Langdon. What a pretty pass. Good defensive play. Sean Williams comes back outside. 13-point margin. Greg Harrington, number 10, freshman of the year in the WAC Mountain Division. He's from Newman Smith High School in Carrollton, Texas. Now Bennett tries to go over Battier's head. Bad decision. Here's Brand. Langdon cutting. Langdon fouled by Bennett. Come back and take a look at the Langdon pass.
Langdon comes down, and a nice zip on the pass. It should have ended up a basket, but the shot was blocked. Here's the last play down court. They double team. Doesn't have the spring in his legs, and it's not really sweating as of yet. I think Mike probably says, go easy, feel the game out. And there's his first point in quite a while. He set out the last 3 ball games.
For his career, 86% free throw shooter, Trajan Langdon. First 3-time all ACC first teamer. And of course had to take a medical redshirt year in his second season at Duke. Came in with Steve Wojciechowski.
Trey could be the best shooter in college basketball today.
Who else would you put on the list?
Oh, there's so many guys. I want to reach down on them right now. But
okay.
Oh, nice hustle by Ruffin to turn that over.
Knocked out of bounds by Ruffin. Nate James out, and William Avery back in. And Greg Harrington will sit for Bill Self's team. Tony Hurd comes back on the floor. Battier. Brandon Kurtz defending. 9:35 to half. Duke cruising right now. Kurtz with the rebound. And Tulsa across the midcourt line. Tony Hurd will take the jumper off the mark.
Not a good decision.
No.
Got to be a little bit more patient, Tulsa.
Carrawell to Brand. And Coley knocked that one away. Eric Coley. And a nice feed to Brandon Kurtz.
Eric Coley came from the weak side. He is the most athletic ball player on Tulsa, on the Golden Hurricane.
Now Ruffin fronting Brand. Under 9 to go. 13-point lead for Duke. Langdon.
Beautiful tap that time by Sewell.
Another offensive rebound. Elton Brand for 2.
There's no way that you're ever going to be able to beat Duke unless you put 2 men on Brand.
Daisy Brand, his mom from Peekskill, New York, among those gathered here at Charlotte Coliseum.
Once he has inside position like this, either you got to hold him so he doesn't get a 3-point play.
Elton, one of 2 sons of Daisy Brand. Peekskill about 51 miles north on the Hudson, north of the city. And as a youngster, Elton Brand used to take the train into the city and participate in a little blacktop ball.
You have to either go down to Bedford-Stuy or up to Harlem. That's where you find out if you can play or not. That's what you find out what OK Corral is all about. Come, show me what you have, guy.
He brought a pretty good load of groceries and developed after he got to Duke. Here's Coley, loose ball, Avery. Avery, all the way.
This is unbelievable. With the ball, he outruns the other 2 guards. That is unbelievable.
Avery all the way, 31-13. Marcus Hill, rebound. McGetty, and then Bennett goes to the floor and knocks it out of bounds.
Tulsa's 1 shot and out.
Watch the spurt by William Avery.
Here he goes between the 2 guys. He gets his head and shoulder in front of them, controls the ball, and finishes.
A tradition unlike any other.
We are on the road to the Final Four, the final in St. Petersburg, Florida, in a couple of weeks. Here in the second round thus far, 2:21 remaining in the first, and it has been all Duke, 50-19. Ruffin, 3 fouls, no points, 0 for 2 field goals, and he and Brandon Kurtz both sit with 3 fouls.
Well, I said Kurtz wouldn't last, and I doubt whether Ruffin would last. They got a 31-point lead, and watch Avery and his defense. Not relaxed. Out comes Trajan, tight on Williams. Everyone tight on the man.
Marcus Hill drives, picked up by Avery after the miss. And now a wrestling match, and Avery's going to get this foul. Coming up on Pennzoil at the half, Greg and Clark will have the latest tournament news. Plus a look at Wally's World, Miami of Ohio. Wally Zerbiak, what a first-round game he had. That's all coming up on Pennzoil at the half.
That was only the 4th team foul on Duke. Excellent foul by Avery.
McGetty saves it. Chris Burgess. And back to Avery. Right side. James from the corner. Over the top, that'll be Tulsa ball. 1:40 to go before the halftime break. This Tulsa team didn't know whether they were going to qualify for the tournament. Had a significant road trip, final regular season weekend. They won at TCU, at SMU. Then they blew out Fresno State in the first round of the WAC Mountain Division. Took Utah to an overtime loss in the semis. Bill Self went for a little magic with a uniform trick. These black uniforms had not been worn by the team before their weekend trip down to Dallas-Fort Worth. Normally at home they wear white with gold trim, and on the road they're blue uniforms, but went for the black. They were 3-1 in black coming in, 4-1, and they're about to go 4-2. Don't forget, you can chat live tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern with our own Clark Kellogg. I might miss my flight for that. Just log on to cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online, enter keyword CBS Sportsline.
You would miss your flight for an overtime.
Clark will understand if you and I don't chat with him live. Avery. Nope. Another offensive rebound. 9 offensive boards, along with all the other misery they are dealing, this Tulsa team.
Avery got caught down low that time, and they would have had him stop, but Zach lowered his arms, which created the foul. And again, as I told you earlier, it's over 10 fouls, so we're in the super bonus.
Avery gets the first. And a little shell-shocked. Michael Ruffin. Brandon Kurtz. Hurd. 1 of 2. Here's Marcus Hill. Marcus Hill out of Booker T. Washington. Ryan Humphrey from Oklahoma, also part of that team. And also Etan Thomas. Standout at Syracuse.
Coach K will not allow his team to relax. He still remembers that up 17 points in the Elite 8 last year against Kentucky with about 10 minutes to go, and Kentucky beat them. So they won't relax. They build on leads.
Harrington gets 2 for the Golden Hurricane.
Play for 1 shot.
Final 20 seconds, first half.
Avery should penetrate and kick out to the spot. Might hit it to Trey as he penetrates. There's Trey with the ball now. He should go for a jumper. What elevation by McGetty. What elevation.
There's the perfect punctuation mark to a nearly perfect first half played by the #1 team in the country, the Duke Blue Devils. They lead by 30 at the half. 53-23. And they dominated in every way one can imagine. Now let's check in with Armin. Good time with our score. The Duke Blue Devils 53-23. CBS's exclusive coverage continues after these messages.
Duke, 2 of his game-high 16 points so far today.
Pennzoil at the half has been sponsored by Pennzoil. Specially formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil.
Right now, so Langdon at the point. McGetty, Burgess, Domzowski, and Nate James on the floor for Duke. Now they've averaged 94 points per game and posting this 33-1 record. And they will reach, if not surpass that today.
You'll notice now, Vern, with Avery out, Langdon will take the point position, but they're not as smooth. And they're not as smooth in covering the the point guard on the opponent team either. So that is one Achilles, one soft spot in their program if Avery ends up getting injured.
Tony Hurd has it at the point for Tulsa. Brandon Kurtz. Michael Ruffin has been blanked. He's still looking for his first basket, first point of the game. Harrington for 3. (85-48). Now McGetty, Eric Coley guards him, and Burgess.
Kurtz come down with a powerful rebound that time.
Harrington dishes to Ruffin. Oh, Hill can't get it.
Still can't get off the snide. He averages, I think, between 10 and 11 points per game.
No points, 0 for 3. And he's played all the second half with 3 fouls. Low point total for the season, 3. One of the games against TCU.
If you'll notice in the last couple of minutes, there's not that smooth flow with Avery out of there.
Langdon, Ruffin with the rebound.
A little bit too much static compared to before. I mean, great club out there.
Right.
But he's just the guy that puts all the pieces together. And such an improvement since his freshman year, mainly in his decision making.
Brandon Kurtz, nice moves. And he gets the basket from short range. Kurtz has 12 points now. 85-50, 5:10 to go.
And what Coach Mike has done, he's made it now a half-court offense, which I told you would do, not to completely bury Tulsa. James ends that thought with a 3-ball.
He didn't. He wasn't in the delay game.
But they're not getting off the races.
Sure.
And they're not pushing hard defensively up court to turn you over.
Second game here, Tennessee, Southwest Missouri State. Steve Alford's team facing the 4th-seeded Volunteers, and the winner of that game will get Duke next week in East Rutherford, New Jersey. That one won't fall for Kurtz. Chris Carrawell coming back on the floor for Duke. Trajan Langdon will get a rest.
See, well, what they do with him, they like to try him at point guard. Now watch, they'll give him the ball and try to get some action. What Coach Mike is doing now, he's playing through this game into the next game. See, they got him with the ball. They want to use him as point guard. I think he's too tall for point guard.
Burgess. Now Maggette and Marcus Hill.
Constant movement.
5 on the shot clock. Ruffin with a rebound.
He's going all the way.
And there was Carrawell back. .348 to go. A 38-point Duke lead.
Look what I found. That hit the top of the backboard, also the score, the time clock.
8-ball corner pocket. Entry pass, or the pass underneath, rather. Count the number of touches here.
Look how high. Look where it hits. The top of the backboard, hits the time clock. Zip.
And time now for this afternoon's data bank. Duke has the highest NCAA tournament winning percentage of schools appearing at least 20 games. And they had that total today. Mike Krzyzewski's team back into the Sweet 16, trying to win their 3rd national title of the 90s. They won in 91 and 92, of course. Inevitably, I guess, Al, teams, the comparison begins. You think these guys aren't ready to take their place with that team yet?
No, they can't. You got to win. You got to win something. One of the shame that happened to Duke was they lost to Cincinnati up in the nook of the Northland before the season, and no team can be rated above all other teams unless they're undefeated. And you only have, with the key team would be Bobby Knight. I think he did it in 1976.
Right.
And before that would be San Francisco and UCLA.
Damon Domzalski at the line. Now let's check out the CBS Sportsline stat of the game. That would be points off turnovers. 28-8. For complete tournament coverage, go to cbs.sportsline.com. Domzalski gets 2. He had 14 points the other night. Young man who was a starter early in his career. And one of those McDonald's All-Americans that Al was talking about. Here's a foul called on Simpson.
That is the 7th foul, so it should be 1-1.
Tis Marcus Hill goes to the line. Booker T. Washington, Tulsa. Got the Imelda Marcus thing working. Does Marcus Hill collect shoes? Bought a pair here.
How many does he have? How many sets?
93 pair now, he said.
Reminds you of that lady in the Philippines.
That's the first one came to mind. Yeah. 93. Added to his collection with a pair royal blue and gray school colors. See, you got to dig deep. You never know. 2:53 to go. 92-52. And Eric Coley will inbound right above us.
You know, it's not nice to say, but what Coach K is doing here, he's throwing a party.
Right.
Now he has the two brothers in out there.
Right, the Callback brothers. They're on the board.
He's not letting you score, but he's giving the opportunity to score.
Three-pointer. Carrawell gets the rebound. And we'll bring it up. Carrawell, Maggette, Justin Callback, and Ryan Callback, the two brothers, both of whom were one-time managers on the Duke basketball team, and J.D. Simpson. Here's Simpson. Michael Ruffin gets the rebound and brings it across for Tulsa. Maggette with a rebound.
Oh, is he quick?
Third try, Domzowski gets it. Yes, he is.
Ooh, with no effort, no straining. Usually you run that fast, you kind of, you know, your veins are popping a little bit.
That natural instinct to run took over though then, didn't it? He couldn't hold back. Wanted to get down on the break and did. 94-52, Duke into the Sweet 16. They go into East Rutherford, New Jersey next week. That's a Friday-Sunday regional, and they will take on the winner of our next game, Southwest Missouri State or Tennessee. Our Chevrolet most valuable players of the game, Brandon Kurtz from Tulsa, 12 points, 3 rebounds, and William Avery, 19 points, 6 boards for Duke. Chevrolet will make a contribution to each school's general scholarship fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those in financial need. That's a Chevy tradition for 28 years. Now Ryan Callback, number 15, will inbound the ball and does so to his brother, the senior, Justin Callback. The brothers Callback out of Shelburne, Vermont. Well, you got your favorite holiday coming up, right?
Oh, Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day. I want to wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day. I'll be in the Big Apple at the parade. Be tens of thousands of people marching down in front of the cathedral. I think we should make St. Patrick's Day a national holiday.
Yes.
Why not? It should be, eh? You know,
well, you are beginning the movement, effective immediately. And you're also trying to get Krzyzewski elected senator, I understand.
I think he should run for the U.S. Senate somewhere down the line. He get all the votes from Wake Forest, North Carolina State, Chapel Hill, because they want to get him off the bench. And the good thing about him running for the U.S. Senate would be he's not a lawyer. And the more guys and girls we send around lawyers around that belt area, the better off for everybody.
He's just going to love you launching his campaign like that.
Well, down the line. Why? U.S. Senate. Start at the bottom.
Second round games coming next. Most of you, or the greater majority of you, will see Miami against Utah. Our second game, Southwest Missouri State, Tennessee. As our coverage of the 1999 Men's Basketball Championship continues. Greg Harrington gets 2 more. He's got 15. (94-54) final minute. Callback, D. Bryant, walk-on freshman football player. He'll be a candidate for Duke's quarterback position on the football team. Now Carrawell up and in. 97-54.
Will we get to 100?
Nope.
We need 1 trifecta.
Sean Williams, number 24 for Temple, for Tulsa.
Put up a trifecta. Save the coach.
There's a foul call. Michael Ruffin Just a wonderful career at Tulsa, but what a rough way for it to end. Held scoreless for the first time this season. Picked up 3 early fouls. His fiancee, Misty Stewart. Long drive all the way from Tulsa to Charlotte, North Carolina. Here's Harrington. And John Cornwell will bring it back outside. Williams, nope. Zach Bennett, Harrington again. Duke goes on to the Sweet 16 with a 97-56 victory. Mike Krzyzewski and Bill Self. Blue Devils had 6 men in double figures. Avery 19, Brand 17. Joined by Battier, Langdon, Maggette, and Jones. Back with Greg and Clark after this.
.41 victory is the order of the tournament for Duke University. The second straight game that they have registered a 41-point win. They knock off Tulsa 97-56. Now, coming up next, we're going to be sending you to your respective games in Boston and in Milwaukee. But right now, let's go to Armin Katayan, who is standing by.
We'll get back to Greg in New York with Clark Kellogg after this commercial and a word from your local station.